Hey everybody and welcome back to some more Prison Architect. It is currently day 43 here in our prison. It's almost 10 a.m. We've got $17,000 in the bank and we're making $33,000 a day. And I want to start today's episode by fixing a couple of issues that a few people had in the comment section, most of which revolve around all of the flashing icons all over the prison. First of which is this random shower that we somehow managed to place on the perimeter of our prison. I have no idea how or why this ended up here, but we're going to go ahead and dismantle this utility right away. We're going to get rid of that. Hopefully one of our guys is on the way to get rid of that right now. Dump. I want to get rid of that entirely. I also want to fix the showers over here. Again, if we go to utilities, small pipes, we didn't hook up this pipe, and we also have not hooked up most of these pipes around here. I think that is all of them. We'll also do the same, I guess, with all of these toilets here, here, and over here, like that. That should be fine, and I think for the most part, that's almost everything. We do have quite a lot of flashing icons up here in maximum security, most of which are to do with electricity. Someone did point out that I have completely ignored the fact that you can put capacitor banks on the corners of these power stations. So if we go to utilities, we go to capacitors, we can actually stick down 4 more capacitors in the corners there, like so. Which grid should I hook this up to? I think I'm gonna end up hooking it up to this one here that we've just expanded, because this one's almost full. I'm not quite sure if it'd be able to handle all these extra ones, although it's really close. I would like to expand this one here because this one is not really doing anything whatsoever right now, but we're probably going to use this one for further down here in this new area that we bought at the end of last episode. And so I think for now we will just go ahead and run this cable here kind of along and then up. We've already laid down some electrical cable, we just haven't connected it up to anything, and so putting that there should bring all of this area here online. Then if we do the same here, and I guess like there, that should go ahead and get rid of all of those blinking lights. We're already working to get rid of those blinking lights. Let's go ahead and speed things up a little bit. We also have this one over here, which is still not working out as intended because for some reason, our workers, actually I say for some reason, for quite an obvious reason, they can't get to this here because there's a fence here and here. They're calling us. We've got Mayor Calvin on the phone. I'm pretty sure, yeah, this is to remove the ban on the weights benches from the yard. Fantastic, we can go ahead and reinstall those, which we will do pretty much instantaneously because, let's take a quick look here at reports. Let's go to needs. How are people? Recreation is starting to creep up on us a little bit, which is unsurprising considering I think we've got about 3 days now, maybe 4, without any kinds of weights benches. So let's grab those back. We should introduce some for minimum security. Up until now, they have had none whatsoever. So let's go ahead and just run a bunch of those kind of all over the prison. I don't want to. We need to expand this yard out. I think I said at the end of last episode that I was going to expand it out over here. I think we'll make that a priority for today's episode. But before we do that, let's go ahead and just throw down a bunch more of these throughout maximum security like so. I want to make sure that's at least a little bit symmetrical. And then we'll do the exact same thing over here for regular security. They are missing a little bit of grass on the end there, which we should probably fix at some point fairly soon. But for now, we'll just do this. We'll put down a bunch more of these weights benches. Hopefully, that is going to keep people entertained. What the heck happened there? We'll get rid of those ones. All right, that is done. Let's talk about fixing this problem over here. I think the simplest solution is going to be for us to put a staff door there and there. I'm not going to put one here because otherwise we end up with that same issue that we had earlier in the season where all of our contraband comes in through this one door and nobody actually uses the main door because it's a much more tedious way of getting in and out of the prison because there are so many jail doors that people have to use. We did just taking a bunch of new people, which I guess is a good thing. And I was also looking at our current number of prisoners in this little prisoner tab, and we currently have 13 more medium security prisoners than we actually have capacity for. I'm not quite sure why that happened. I'm not quite sure if some of our minimum security guys maybe got bumped up, or maybe some of the maximum security guys got bumped down. I don't know if that actually happens or not, but we do need to expand out medium security a little bit, and so this is the perfect perfect time to grab our concrete wall tool. Actually, we'll grab our clone tool and just grab a couple of these cells here. So we've got 1, 2, 3, 4. If we just go 1, 2, 3, 4 like that, we should just be able to put that down there and then do the exact same thing right about there. And then if we do the same here, we'll go 1. Actually, we don't need the wall. We can just go 1, 2, 3, 4 and plonk that down there and there. And then don't forget that we have to put down the walls here and also here, because we kind of messed this up a little bit when we introduced this new, like, block that we've added on here. So we actually kind of decommissioned this cell. And that's going to go ahead and finish that up. We don't have that much money. You'll see that I have reallocated this area here as, like, an empty space. It's no longer a cell space. So we're going to have that as, I think, another shower block. We do still have a bit of an issue with this area of the prison. There are a lot of normal security prisoners who are all trying to go to this shower. And you see it first thing in the morning. It doesn't look all too good. Is that telling me 2 prisoners are unable to be assigned to a cell? Oh, the minimum security capacity has just disappeared. That is because we didn't align that correctly. Let's do that there. That should increase the capacity drastically. I'm not surprised that there are 2. Hopefully those 2 are both medium security prisoners. I don't know if we can actually find out from here. Yeah, it doesn't show me, I don't think, where they are. So hopefully these new cells will go ahead and accommodate for that. We'll go ahead and speed things up, try and get this done as fast as possible. Let's also put walls here. I'm not quite sure, by the way, what I'm going to do with these really long bits of wall here. The only reason they are there is because of this Supermax cell that we put in the middle for our legendary prisoner. And so we've got these really weird long rooms, which I guess we could just make into exceptionally long cells. I don't think there would be any objection to that. I don't think it would make any difference whatsoever. We might even put a shower in there just to kind of declutter this shower a little bit and make it a little bit easier for people to go to that shower. But for now, let me grab the clone tool once more. Let's just grab the interior of, like, this room. Oh, that's I'm on the wrong tool. Grab the clone tool. Let's grab the interior of this room, and then let's just go boom, boom. And I guess we can make this one like a dormitory. Oh, I thought the power went out then. Oh no, it's because I hovered over this. That scared me. I hovered over that and I thought the power had dropped in my prison. That was a little scary, but in the end it was fine. So, objects, let's throw in a bunk bed in here like that. Let's throw in just a standard toilet. Let's put a large jail door on there. Why not? I can't be bothered putting another piece of wall in just to make it a single door. That is fine. As for these smaller rooms, you know what? Sure. We'll put like a shower there and there. We'll put a standard... Actually, I guess we can make these dormitories as well. We'll put like a bunk bed there and there. We'll put like a really awkwardly placed toilet. This is going to be a very awkward cell to live in, but you do get the luxury of having a very, very long cell. So we'll do that. We'll do that. We'll put down a drain underneath each of the showers like so. Don't forget the light switches. Boom and boom. And you know what? These guys can also have a bookshelf. There we go. All right. Boom. And that one's the wrong way around. Let's make sure it goes up against the wall, back over to rooms, dormitory, and then let's just go boom and boom. Fantastic. Okay, let's go ahead and hook all of this stuff up because now we've got a brand new set of flashing, like, water signs all over the place. So we'll make sure that all of these new rooms do get what they need. Like so, we'll do this and this. What is our current capacity for medium security? It's gone up to 170, so we now have more than enough space to accommodate all of the normal security prisoners that we currently have in the prison. We should actually, I guess, go ahead and fill this in while we're at it. We'll put that there. We'll do the same thing we did before. We'll stick a large jail door on it. A nice double bed can go right about there. We'll stick down a toilet, and that will be good to go. During today's episode, I do want to try and push for the cell block E grant that we're currently working towards. I do want to try and get up to that 500 prisoner capacity. I'm not quite sure if we're going to be able to do it because right now, with all the planning that I have, it still doesn't quite take us up to 500. We are at 438, so we are surprisingly close, and we are making so much money every day that it is actually kind of crazy. So, you know what? Let me grab... which one do I need to clone for this? This is kind of a weird one because these ones are all kind of they're orientated differently. So, oh, what is going on? Oh no. A disaster at a nearby prison has rendered the whole section of the facility unusable. We have no choice but to transfer the prisoners to your prison, and there were no other suitable facilities nearby. He's not even talking about the fire that just broke out. We've got a call from the warden. A surge has caused our generator to overload and catch fire. No! Do we not have a sprinkler in there? I know we used to. Maybe you got burnt out in the last fire. Okay. Pause the game. We need to get the fire department here. I'm going to call in 2 fire departments. Oh my gosh. This is the worst. Everybody, bang up. Get back in your cells. Gosh. Oh no. Oh no. Come on, guys. How fast can you get here? Come on, come on, come on. The fire is spreading. It's going to get into the workshop. There we go. Oh, flipping heck. Thank goodness it was near the front of the prison so they could just kind of use their fire hydrants here. Can you guys get out and go and physically take your hoses? Like, guys, I want you to put this fire out. H to aim their hoses manually. H. Aim your hoses at the fire. Oh, gosh, they're not doing it. Hopefully this fire doesn't go too far. It looks like they're doing a fairly good job at putting it out. Is everyone back in the cells? It looks like it. For the most part, we seem to be fine. Also, the entire prison's water supply is connected up here, which is just fantastic. Can we... Are these all set to repair? Yeah, okay. We've got people who are ready to come repair these as soon as the firemen are done with their extinguishing. I mean, I know it's easier for you to just kind of sit here and shoot from a distance, but if you could get out, I'm sure this would be faster. And I'm sure the people who are in, like, this room here would appreciate it much, much more. Also, I have no idea how the physics of this works. I mean, they're kind of getting better at it now, they're firing over here. But, thank you. You may now leave. I'm not quite sure how the physics of that works. Like, the fire was inside, they were spraying through the walls. Whatever. Anyway, let's get... Oh, my goodness. Look at this mess. Jeez. Okay, let's fix this up to the best of our ability. We'll undo bang up, but it doesn't matter because it's the middle of the night. Everyone is probably going to be really unhappy. They're actually surprisingly not too bad. I guess it did happen close to the end of the day, so most people were kind of okay nonetheless. All of our workmen are coming in. Let's speed things up here. Let's try and get this fixed as fast as possible. We'll get some concrete walls put back in here. Try and get this whole place back into tip-top shape. We are going to have to lay down a new floor, but that's fine. That's not too big of a deal. A little bit of the prison's back online. Hopefully, as soon as this one comes back online, all the water will also come back online. There we go. It's currently yard time for medium security. Jeez. Okay, switch on. Are these both on? I mean, they say they're on, but oh, the electrical cable. Okay, so we need to actually hook this back up as well. So let's go. Is it just that cable there that's missing? I think it might actually be just that one piece of cable. So if someone could come in and replace that real quick, that would be fantastic. Here we go. Oh no, he's just taking away garbage. Oh my goodness. Okay, first things... Oh, okay. I saw all these guys kind of running for the exit here, which didn't fill me with confidence. And oh no, we've just taken in a whole new capacity. We've taken in a whole new batch of prisoners from the other section as well. So now we have too many minimum security guys. There we go. The prison is back online. The water, surprisingly, is not. Did we get rid of one of the cables connecting those together? Do I need to, like... I feel like the water should be back online. Is it? Why? Why is this not online? Do I have to do... I don't think I have to do that. Do I have to do like this? Or this? I'll put some more cables there. If that works, that's great. If it doesn't, that's also fine. How is all this looking? This is looking fine. It didn't really hurt the workshop too much. Mostly just the walls. We can go ahead and, I guess, replace the tiles in here, although I don't think it's going to matter too much. One thing we are definitely going to do is we're going to put in a sprinkler because, geez, that is the worst when that happens. Let's put in a sprinkler like there and there. The water is still not back online. It's probably actually a pipe issue now that I think about it. Yeah, it's right there. Let's do that. That should hook everything back up in the water department. Water to the sprinklers shouldn't be too big of an issue. We're probably going to have to put one pipe there, and that should be fine. Jeez, that is not how I expected the start of today's episode to go. I was hoping to just expand maximum security, expand out minimum security down here, expand out the protective custody wing, because these guys are kind of getting crammed in as well right now. You can see we've got one spare cell, and we are taking in more prisoners in the morning, so it's almost certain that some of those guys will need to be in protective custody. And also, I bet if we go to intelligence and informants, we might actually have some new stitches already. Ex-law enforcement, you need to go straight in to protective custody. Boom. Who else do we have? Intelligence, informants. We got question marks. We got somebody who's quick. Let's see. We've got extremely violent. We've got gang members. I can't see anybody who is a snitch or ex-law enforcement. So I think for the most part, we should be fine for now. We do have to keep an eye on minimum security, though, because all these new people, like these two guys who have got question marks and who have just arrived at the prison, don't really have any kind of reputation, and just because they come without a reputation doesn't mean that they don't have one. We might find out somewhere along the line that they are actually a snitch or an ex-law enforcement, and that might change. Let me just do this. I saw one pipe there that was flickering, and I think it might be due to the water pressure. Do we have anything that's currently flickering? We do. We've still got the electricity up here, which for some reason has not been fitted yet. This has been queued for years now, guys. Can you not get there? They totally can get there, I think. Where can you get in there? Oh gosh. No. Okay, that's why. Let's go ahead and throw down a door. I guess, like, we can put one on the staff room. We can put one on the storage room, actually. If we put one there, that's going to allow them to get out and to work in this area around maximum security fairly easily. So that should be good. What can we use to clone for this bit here? We want cells that are kind of vertical. So I guess we're going to have to just copy some of... Oh, no, I guess we can use this over here. Yeah, we've got some lovely back-to-back cells over here. Let's grab... How many do we need? We need 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, so let's go and let's go. Let's see if we can grab 1, 2, 3, 4. Can we get 5? We can. Beautiful. So let's take that, and then let's do something like that, and then like that. And then, if we do the exact same thing on the bottom here, we'll grab from there up to there, and we'll throw these all in like so. Boom, boom, and boom. We're only missing this bottom section here, which I guess we should have really done a second ago. We can just go ahead and throw that down right about there. That is now done. Let's clone these two cells here and throw those two down there, and then we'll clone one cell and we'll put it down there. And that's maximum security done. So that's all the new cells in maximum security. That's going to take us to, I think, about 460-ish cells. We got like 10, 20, 30. Yeah, we got about 33-ish extra cells. So it's going to take us to about through 460, 470-ish. We then have these cells over here. So let's go ahead and, I guess, clone this area as much as possible. We'll clone all those cells with the wall on the end. So we'll do something like that. And then we'll also do something not quite like that, because we got a bit too many. 1, 2, 3, 4. Let's clone 1, 2, 3, 4 of those like that, and we'll throw those down right about there. Yeah, that's perfect. We are missing a wall in the middle there, but we can go ahead and put that down manually like so. So that's going to give us an extra 10, which should take us to about 485 maybe-ish cells. We do currently have one prisoner who's unable to be assigned to a cell, but he should get a cell once we have this new area here built. So that should be fine. One problem we are going to have with one of our current grants, which is the carpentry apprenticeship grant, is that I did figure out between episodes, if we go to reports and we go to programs, right now the only carpentry apprenticeship program that we're running is in the workshop in medium security, and I don't think we're running any workshop safety inductions. We're not running any whatsoever. So we need to run, we need to start running those, preferably in the other room. Can I change that? Do I have to go to the schedule to move that? When does that take place? Workshop safety, I want to take place. Can I move this? I want to move it, not just delete it. Oh, there we go. I can move the carpentry apprenticeship program to minimum security, but I also want to start the workshop safety induction, and I would probably like to have 2 of those so we can try and get through as many of our prisoners as possible. It doesn't look like that's possible, but we'll see how this works out. So can I put in can I move workshop safety induction? I'm going to try and move it. I want to move you. I don't know how I moved. Oh, there we go. So I'll move that to minimum security. And that's done that. I don't know where the other one has been assigned. It says no teacher, so I guess we can't do that. So I guess I'll just stop that for now. But we do now have the carpentry apprenticeship program and the workshop safety induction program, both taking place in the minimum security workshop, which is where all of our stuff is, and where we're going to have as many people as possible working at any given time. We can have 20 people working in this prison, and we are going to get rid of any deployments that we have in there. We've got one guard. we'll leave one guard in there, and people in the comment section did say that I should put metal detectors down here because there are a couple of tools that they can actually get out of this workshop that are not just wooden pickaxes. So we'll go ahead and throw 2 of those down, and then I guess we'll hook those up to this line. I wanted to hook up to this one, but this one is kind of already down. We'd have to pass through that for it to work, and that would just crash both of those power stations. So we'll do that for now. That should be fine. And I guess, oh my goodness, we really need to start expanding out our canteens here. Flipping heck, this is getting crazy. We should definitely look into moving the minimum security yard, because right now, this thing is nowhere near big enough. Considering that minimum security is our largest sector, and they have quite possibly the smallest yard. Maximum might be a little bit smaller, but looking at it, yeah, it actually might be a little bit smaller, but still, it is way too small. So, let's go over to materials, let's grab the fence, and let's extend out along here. So, you know what? I'm going to make it, like, really big. It's going to be this entire area here. It's going to look like that. We've got 2 entrances to it. We can go through the bottom, and you can go through the top. I would like to have one in the middle, but we are kind of working towards getting that 500 cell capacity. So, we'll just leave that as it is. I'm not going to allocate it as a yard. Actually, yeah, I will, because we got these fences here. They can't get there yet. So let's go ahead and allocate this as one nice big yard like that. Beautiful. Hopefully that's going to be a lot nicer for these guys. Oh my goodness, yeah, look how many of them are trying to fight in here. It's ridiculous. That is just a riot waiting to happen. And I guess because they're minimum security, and because I like minimum security a little bit better than everybody else, we're going to go ahead and we're going to spend $4,500 on grass, which is going to look fantastic. And to be fair, all of the other areas have grass as well, so it's not too bad. It's not too bad. Let's do this. Let's make sure all of these new cells have water. They don't necessarily need it because, as we've mentioned a few times before, we don't really have any intake for maximum security, and so no one's going to be using these cells, and the grant is only to have a capacity of 500, so we don't really need to have all the prisoners in there anyway. And so from a prison standpoint, it does actually make more sense for me to expand out maximum security than anywhere else, because if we expand out minimum security, it means that I have to expand out the canteen, which means spending more money, but along the same lines, we do also get more money when we expand minimum and maximum security, because we take those prisoners in and make a shed load off of them. But for now, let's go ahead and let's expand this out a little bit there. I do want to bulldoze this wall, but I'll do that in a second. We will also, I guess, just go ahead and bulldoze these walls down here. So we'll demolish this, and this. And just for continuity, I guess we'll put a fence there. I really don't know why I fenced this in. It seems like a big waste of space, but I like the fact that the yard is like a perfect rectangle, so that is fine. Let's demolish the walls here and here. That all looks good. We did just find some contraband, and that does remind me that it has been quite a while since we last did a shakedown. We're getting a little bit caught up in all the grants that we need to do, so we should definitely look into doing a... what is this? What is it? Why are there only 3 people here? Is it just starting to... oh, okay, the work time is just starting. This is much better. This I like. This is what I want to see. I want to see some of those beds getting made. I want to complete that grant before we end this series. But yeah, we should definitely do a shakedown tonight when everyone gets into bed. And you know what? We don't have that many guards not doing anything, actually. I was going to say we've got 21 guards not doing anything, but most of them are actually doing stuff. Let's go ahead, and there are 2 more cells. Actually, there are 4 more cells. Actually, there are quite a few more cells down here that I haven't built. Let's go over to walls. Let's throw down concrete walls there, there, and there. That's 4 more cells. We also have a double cell there. So that's going to take our capacity up to 484, which means we only need 16 more cells to take us up to 500, which is kind of great. So let's go to rooms. Let's put down the dormitory in this big one here. Let's put down normal cells here, 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 and here. We want to make sure they don't go all the way up to the door, otherwise we end up with problems. I'm not quite sure why I decided to make these cells by hand. We could have just cloned the cells around them, but we're already like halfway through it now, so we'll just go ahead and finish both of these off. Toilet there, toilet there, toilet there, toilet there. We'll throw down like a double bunk bed, our last one in storage, right about there. We'll put a large jail door, just like we've done for all the rest of the guys, right about there as well. Hopefully, we now have a bunch of people who are qualified to actually do the carpentry apprenticeship program, possibly. Is there anybody qualified for it? There were 6 interested / qualified. And hopefully we can get those guys actually qualified and ready to work in the workshop, and hopefully they'll start making some of these superior beds so we can finally get this done. And the only other grant that we need to do after that is the Reform Through Education initiative, and so we should definitely scroll on down here and get the Foundation Education Program up and running. Can we do more than one of those? I think we should be able to. All rooms booked. We can't. Although, can we do it if we move that? I don't know if we can. It takes 3 hours. I just cancelled it. It takes 3 hours, which is a little bit annoying. If I allocate more time, would that work? Like, this goes from 3 to 6 p.m. And if we go to the schedule, you can see that we currently work till 7 p.m. Yeah, I think I'd have to extend out the time by an extra 2 hours to try and fit another one in there. But even then, I don't know if that would work. So you know what? We'll start a Foundation Education Program. We can't start a general education program because all the rooms are booked. So you know what? We won't run that just yet. We'll go for a couple of days, try and get as many people, or I say a couple of days, probably going to be like a week or two, try and get as many people as we possibly can through the Foundation Education Program, and then hopefully at the very end try and cram in there the further education program and see if we can get one person, just one person, to pass that, because that's all we need to complete the Reform Through Education initiative. I've never completed all of the quests in this game. I've never done all the grants, so hopefully I can actually get this done in this Let's Play, but that last one is killer. That general education course is the worst. So let's go ahead and connect this up with power. I think connecting up on that side should be fine. If not, we can run up and around. But that should finally, we'll also put a large pipe there, finally, hopefully, get this radiator online and stop that like little flashing light from appearing all the flipping time. We do have a couple of flashing lights over here for some reason. Let's go ahead and throw down a couple more pipes to try and get those one running. Why do we have a toilet there? Can we dismantle this toilet, please, and replace it with an actual wall? I have no idea why there was just a random toilet there. Flipping heck. Alright, our current capacity is 482. These new cells do need some kind of plumbing, so let's go ahead, do something like that, and like that, I guess. That should be fine. None of these are actually hooked up, which is just fantastic, so we'll do that and that. And now I'm thinking probably for the... Oh my gosh. What is going on here? I don't like that. What is everyone's problem? Warmth? Oh, is it cold? It's 2 degrees C. What is our temperature like? Yeah, I guess it's pretty cold in some of the newer areas, like this new area over here for minimum security, the new area up here for medium security. It is a little bit cold and it's dropping fairly quickly, but now they go to bed, hopefully it gets a bit better. We'll see. I do want to expand out protective custody. Like I said, it's now maxed out. We've got all the people in protective custody that we can physically store in protective custody, and we've got 39 new prisoners arriving in 7 hours. And that means that we are almost guaranteed to get some new protective custody guys. So, let's go ahead. And first of all, I don't want to make the same mistake as we did last time. I'm going to go ahead and demolish this area of the fence here. So we'll demolish that all the way along to here. Basically, I want to extend this just downwards and make it more of a cell block than kind of just a little outhouse that they're living in right now. I'd also like to give them their own common room, maybe their own chapel in other areas, but at least their own common room, possibly their own kitchen as well, but at least their own common room for now, as well as a bigger canteen, and of course some more cells. So let's go ahead and expand out this here so we can actually make sure no one escapes if they do escape there. And we should also, actually, I guess having this guy in the yard is fine. If someone did tunnel out and get over here, that wouldn't really change things. Also, let's go ahead and demolish this and this so people can actually get in to the new yard. This bit is already demolished, so that's fine. Let's go ahead and unallocate this as a yard. So this is no longer going to be a yard at all. And we should also, I guess, go ahead and demolish, or dismantle at least, everything that's in there and move it all over into the new yard, including all the lights, all the weights benches, all the phone booths, all this stuff here. I'm not quite sure what we're going to do with this area. I guess it would probably make the most sense just to turn it into a new cell block, just to put a building here and then just expand out what we already have. Maybe bring this shower, make the shower a bit bigger, because this is another shower that does suffer quite a bit from congestion. We've got 87,000 in the bank. That is crazy. We could purchase another one of these land slots if we wanted to. They still cost the same? No, actually, they cost 120,000, so they get more expensive as you go on. So I guess we couldn't buy one this time around, which I guess is fine. Do we want to purchase anything else on here? I guess we could purchase legal prep. I don't necessarily know if we need it, but you know what? Sure, we'll get it just for the sake of getting it, and then after that, we'll go ahead and we'll get execution liability, and I guess we'll also get legal defense if we have enough money to get that as well. So, these guys have taken down pretty much everything. Let's go to foundation, concrete, and let's just build this into a nice, big new area for some brand new cells. So, you know what? I'm going to do something like this. Booyah. It's going to look beautiful. I like it. Cool, cool, cool. The new yard is doing fine. It's 0 degrees. We should really get into some new radiators pretty quickly. But we do have a few more pressing matters at hand. For example, why? Oh, did I put down the wrong pipes here? For example, why have these guys still not got anything? Can I get... I don't want those pipes there. I guess they're not causing any issues, but I want normal pipes put in instead. Okay, let's expand out this as well. We'll go to building concrete, and then we'll expand this out, I guess, for now, kind of just like that. Is that right? Yeah, that's right. We'll expand that out like that. And I guess just for the fact that I've built this in like a weird way, we'll also do this. Oh no, we need to do it like that. I always do that. I always click like to overlap because I do it on the buildings. When you do it on the buildings, it demolishes the wall. When you do it on already existing plans to build buildings, it does absolutely nothing. So hopefully that's going to give us space for all of the new protective custody guys that we're going to take in any minute now. We didn't do a shakedown, so you know what? I'm going to do a shakedown right about now. It's real early. A couple of people are still asleep. Everyone's still asleep or on lockdown, so everyone should still be in their cells, and they are. So hopefully we can try and sneak upon them and find any contraband. Oh, look at this. This is the worst. Yeah. I think as soon as we get 500 prisoners, I'm going to push to get 500. And then once we've got 500, I'm going to bulldoze some of these cells here and make this shower quite a bit bigger because it is just ridiculous right now. It's crazy how big that is. I do want to go ahead and replace all of these fences with walls. Although it looks like it would work just fine. It looks like the building has no problem with the walls being fences. I would rather have them be made out of concrete and look like every other cell in the whole entire prison. Let's go to objects and quickly dismantle all of this stuff because we don't need any of it. Oh, flip. We went so long without a death. And by so long, I meant at least today's episode didn't have a death. What? Oh my gosh. Oh no. Red means riot, right? Oh, flipping heck. All right, emergencies. Let's get all 3 of the riot police in. Yeah, this is the riot. We're going to have a few deaths today, guys. All right, bang up. Everyone get back to your cells. Everyone get back. Everyone who's not part of the riot, get back to your cells. 6 people died. What the heck? Oh, my goodness. Where are the riot police at? What is this? The riot police can't even get here. There's like a queue of garbage and also of extra garbage. Do we need to expand out the... Is this like imports? It's deliveries. We need a new delivery spot. Okay, and there's a tunnel as well. What is going on right now? We got so much stuff happening so quickly. All right, where are deliveries? First of all, let me put down a new delivery spot because we have way too many deliveries that are being backed up. You can put your delivery stuff here. Minimum size 1x3. Did I not make it 3 wide? I can't even see where I've made that. That looks like it's at least 3 wide. But you know what? I'll expand it out by 1 just in case I failed to meet the criteria there. So we'll do that. It says failed still. I'm not quite sure why. This one worked out fine. We found a tunnel that didn't get very far. But let's go to walls. And then let's remove this tunnel. Here we go. Flipping this guy. Hopefully he's been bumped up. Minimum security. You know, you're getting bumped to medium security for that escape attempt, my friend. Jeez. Hopefully we don't get any more deaths. We're already 6 deaths into the day. A few of which look like the guards. We've got a lot of unconscious guards. Oh my goodness. This is not good. This is not good at all. Also, all of the flipping new prisoners that are coming in today are not doing well. Is it warmth? Safety doesn't feel good? That's not surprising considering there's a riot going on right now. Warmth is pretty bad. Yeah, a lot of them, 120 people have serious complaints about warmth. 8 deaths. Jesus. What the heck? We need more guards, first of all, to bump our number back up to 80. There goes our death number 10. We'll bring that back up to 90. What the heck? We have lost 10 people today. 11 people today. The riot's still going on. I just got an achievement. Spare the rod. Is that because I didn't get a riot police in despite the fact that we have a riot? I called them. They just haven't arrived because we have this massive... Oh, no, they're right here. What the heck are you doing, Isaac? Oh, my goodness. Wow. Wow. I don't think I've ever been so silly. There's no riot anymore, guys. You can go home. You can go home. You can leave. What the heck? There was a riot. They were stood right there. I saw them right there. I thought they were boxers. I thought they were clogging up the delivery area. But they weren't. They were actually trying to help. What the heck? All right. Jeez, we have one ambulance who's going to be taking home about 400 people. I guess we can undo bang up, get everyone back out. People need to eat before we just have like a full out all of the prisoners in riot mode, which I do not want to happen whatsoever. Flipping heck. We're still working on getting this new area over here set up for all the new minimum security cells, which should hopefully take us above the 500 mark. I'm pretty sure we've lost cells. Actually, yeah, we lost 2 cells here, and I guess 3 and 4 as well. So let's put concrete walls there. I'm going to get rid of this eventually because I want to put... I want to extend the shower out further down. So, you know, we'll just do this, and we'll do the same thing all the way along, all the way down here, like so. We'll make that a double cell, so we'll put a wall there, and then we'll have like a corridor, I guess, so they can get down there. And then 1, 2, 3, 4, we'll put down some more cells along here as well, and just try to fit in as many as possible to try and get that capacity up to where it needs to be. And then here, I guess we can put like another double cell there, and then same thing, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 3, 4, 3, 4, and 1, 2. Do I want to put, you know what? Yeah, we'll put like a weird double cell there. That works out fine. And then the shower's going to end up being a bit thinner, I think. We have to bring it in a little bit to make it fit down here, but that's going to be fine. Actually, it's going to be a really weird shape because this is like super thin. And then if I go to planning real quick, this is what happens when I don't plan beforehand. It's going to have to look something like this, I guess. We have to extend the shower out in this really weird way, but it's going to be bigger, and that's hopefully going to result in less riots like the ones we just had, because that was ridiculous. Let's go our clone tool. Let's clone, and then plonk these down all the way along here, and then I guess we will clone like this cell and plonk this guy down all the way along here, and then we'll grab one from further up. We'll grab like this one here. We'll use this for the bottom bit. This should take us... Oh, gosh, I did that. There's always one. There is always one that I just completely mess up. I'm hoping this takes us somewhat close to the actual capacity that we need here. So we'll throw those guys in. This is entirely wrong. Objects, don't put anything in here. Rooms, I don't want that to be a cell. I want you instead to put down a concrete wall right about there. Oh, he's already put a door in. Can we dismantle this door? Thank you. Jeez. Also, I didn't even realize I'd done this one wrong. What the heck? Cancel all of that. Cancel the room. And let's dismantle this door as well. There we go. Okay, we've also got the new area down here, which is good. All of our cells have been broken, which is not so good. But for the most part, it's fine. 1, 2, 3, 4. For symmetry's sake, I'm going to do it more like this. I'm going to give these guys slightly longer cells. Just to kind of accommodate there. For now, I'm going to leave this as it is. And I think we'll come back and we'll extend this out next episode. We'll kind of fix that and make it look good. For now, I want to focus in on making sure that our prison is okay after that riot that we just had. And also that this new minimum security area is up to snuff. So let's do that, that, and that. And then we'll hook up some of these just in case water pressure doesn't quite get all the way around. What we have? About 486 cells, which is a crazy number of cells. Also, for some reason, we don't have one over here, so I guess we can do that as well. We might end up expanding our maximum security. Like I said, that results in less people being crammed in to a quite small space. The number of people who think they are well treated is 5. That is ridiculously low. And it looks like we definitely need to invest in some kind of radiator system as well. Very, very quickly. This wall is not being produced. I'm not quite sure why. Let's throw down a bunk bed. There, there, and there. We'll throw down toilets in all of those as well. Toilet can go there, there, and there. And then we'll put down just standard doors on all of those at the same time. There, not there, there, there. I guess there and there can also work as well. How are we doing on the carpentry apprenticeship program? It is not doing fantastically well. Unsurprisingly to nobody. Let's see here. Programs. How is it doing? Carpentry apprenticeship is currently in progress? No, it's not in progress. But apparently there is nobody interested, nor is there anybody qualified. Which is just fantastic. Hopefully we get some people into that fairly soon, because I really want to get that done. That is like one of the ones that I desperately want to get done. I'm not too bothered about the reform through education. I would like to get it done, but if all else fails, I want the reform through education to be the only one that we don't finish, if all else fails. So, let's go and grab a dormitory. We'll allocate you, you, and you. I thought someone else died there when I hovered over that, but they didn't. It was just like a little warning popping up right there. And then finally, we'll grab the clone tool. We'll clone this room here and here. It's going to have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 more. 501! We did it! We flipping did it. We completed Cell Block E. That's the final Cell Block grant, I'm pretty sure. Yep, there were no more grants there, so now the only 2 grants left that we have to focus on are the Reform Through Education Initiative and the Carpentry Apprenticeship Program. If we go to finance, how much are we worth as a prison right now? We're worth 570,000, although that's only because 11 people died in the last 24 hours. So actually, if we go a full 24 hours without anybody dying, our prison will be worth over $1 million, which was, if you remember correctly from earlier in the series, one of my goals. I wanted to create a prison that was worth over $1 million. Now all I want to do is try and finish up these 2 grants, try and make the prison work functionally. Like right now, it's not doing the greatest in certain areas. I want to expand out protective custody down here, make that a little bit better. I want to set up a death row wing. I might expand out like over here into a death row section because I've never done death row. We have unlocked death row, so I do want to do that at some point soon as well. We'll unlock this, I guess, at the same time. He'll start working on that after he's done with legal prep. We might even look into expanding out and buying one of these again, although I'm not quite sure. I still didn't do anything with remote doors or with the gates over here, which is just the best. Actually, you know what? Before we wrap up today's episode, let me zoom in over here and let's get road gates going. So where's the entrance? The entrance is right here. I'm going to put a road gate here and, like, I guess up here like that. And we're going to fence this off. So if you try and get in the prison, you've got to go through these road gates. So we'll go to walls. We'll stick up a fence along this side like that. I kind of don't want to go over the lights. You know what? We'll do it like this. We'll put a fence right there. We're going to have a fence that goes here. And we're going to have a fence that goes here. Like that. Because I want to put doors on there as well to make sure that our staff can get around. So we're going to put a staff door there. And we're going to put a staff door in this one as well, so they can get in and out. But now we have the road gates in, so if anybody comes in, I think I've set these up correctly, although I'm not quite sure. Watch tomorrow. We'll start the day. We've got 70 prisoners arriving tomorrow. We'll start the day. Everyone will arrive, and they just can't get through these road gates. At which point, we're going to have to change those up. But for now, what I'm going to do before I actually wrap up today's episode is, first of all, put down all these phone booths again. Also, throw down just a ton of weights benches for all of our minimum security guys. They're going to go all the way along down like that. Flipping heck, we just spent so much money on weights benches. We actually didn't spend all that much whatsoever. We'll put some bins out here, you know, just in case anybody has like a snack they want to throw in the bin. I'm not quite sure how many snacks people have, but we'll do that. And what else do we normally have in here? We put a few pool tables, I guess. Like, we can put some pool tables along out here. I'm not quite sure how these work when it rains, but you know what? It's fine. I'm not too bothered. We'll stick down a couple of tables, like here, here, and I guess there. That doesn't really work out all too well. So, you know, I'm not going to put one in the middle. I'm just going to put those 2 in. And then, you know, I'll put another one like there and there. Fine. We'll do that. We'll put some benches down as well around said tables. And just for fun, we'll throw down like a couple of benches in the middle where you can just sit and watch. You know, you can just sit and watch the day go by if that's your thing. If you just want to sit around, watch people bench press, watch people play pool, watch people while they're on the phone. A little bit creepy. But you know what? If that's what you're into, sure, you're in prison. It's up to your discretion. You can do that if you so wish. But with that, guys, I'm going to end this episode of Prison Architect there. As always, if you did enjoy the video, be sure to like. It really does help out a lot. I apologize for the infrequency of this series. I know it's been like a week since last episode. We are kind of running to an end on this series. I do want to wrap this up probably in the next episode or the episode after. Once we finish these grants and we get death row sorted out, that's kind of when I'm going to wrap things up. After that, we will jump in to escape mode and try and break out of our own prison here, which is pretty cool. Can people get in here? They can. So we're kind of limiting things here. We're limiting how many people can get in. It looks like I've made it the perfect size for 2 buses to be in at any given time, which I kind of like. I'm going to pause the game here, though, because next time when we come back, we need to scan all these new guys to see if they are snitches or if they're ex-law enforcement so that we can move them directly into protective custody. But like I said, thanks for watching, and I will see you guys next time.